Hey everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping. And I wanted to give you some headlines, what's going on in the world and what's going on in the US. And the reason I'm bringing you headlines and what's going on, I don't enjoy reading these things to you and saying, oh no, this bad thing's going to happen, this bad thing's going to happen. These are brought to you so that you can look at them and decide for yourself. Should I prepare? And I hope the answer is yes. What should I prepare for? How much should I prepare? When should I prepare? How much more stuff do I need? What specific things are going to come my way that I hadn't even thought about? So that's pretty much why I'm bringing you all of this, so you know what's going on in the world, and therefore you can start preparing and prepping and be ready for it. So let's look at a few headlines and see what's going on. Okay, the first headline we're looking at is from naturalnews.com. City says apocalyptic hyperinflation is coming. Germany's central bank agrees. And this is today's date, the 25th. And it says for the first time in 50 years, Great Britain's inflation rate will exceed 18%. And they go on and they talk about the different inflation rates, and you're saying, well, that's Germany, that's UK. I don't have anything to worry about. Yes, you do, because if it's happening there, things happen here all the time. We follow what's going on over there. And then the next one I wanted you to see is from the gatewaypundit.com. The People's Republic of China is preparing to go to war, and it's not trying to hide its efforts. Chinese expert Gordon Chang. And this was yesterday, August 24th. And it says they're getting ready for a war with Taiwan. And the reason is this Chinese entrepreneur making medical equipment for consumers told me that local officials had demanded he convert his production line in China so they could turn out items for the military. And he said they're issuing similar orders to other manufacturers. And the Chinese academics privately say the ongoing expulsion of foreign colleagues from China's universities appears to be a preparation for the hostilities. Now, and you can read the rest of this. Are they ready to go to war? I don't know, any more than probably you know. But think what happens if they go to war with Taiwan. We get all of our chips from Taiwan, not to count all the other things that come in from over there. And they would actually probably blockade that area. And you know China won't send us anything if they're in a war. So we would have to worry about that. If I were you, I'd look up and see what comes from Taiwan, what you might need, and pick it up now. And this is the dailywire.com. California State Water Board tells ranchers to stop taking water for agriculture. They're telling them this because they're diverting the water from a region dedicated to protecting fish. So we can't get water for agriculture. You probably can't even eat the fish if you were hungry. And this is from sciencealert.com. If you're eating, I would stop eating right now. And when you think about this, it can just make you sick to your stomach. Scientists think cockroach milk could be the next superfood, and we wish we were kidding. And a team of scientists sequenced a protein crystal located in the midgut of the cockroaches. And I know you're saying, just like I'm saying, I'm not going to drink cockroach milk. I'm not going to eat crickets. I'm not going to eat bugs. But you know they're going to sneak it into our food. And it's not going to be called cockroach milk. It's probably going to be called super duper protein milk. And you're saying, oh, wow, I can use some super duper protein milk. And you inadvertently eat the stuff. And what they do, they don't really make milk. They make this... these protein crystals that contain more than 3 times the amount of energy found in an equivalent amount of buffalo's milk. which is higher in calories than regular cow's milk. So they're going to try to manufacture these crystals, and then they can use it to feed the world, including you and me, if we're not alert and reading the ingredients. And natural news again. London mayor suggests Brits will starve and freeze this winter unless they take preparedness measures. This is something that you should take into account because we're going to have hyperinflation here, or if not hyperinflation, large amounts of inflation for electric, for heating oil, and for food. So you're going to have to decide, do I heat my house or do I eat? So you might want to see what the Brits are doing, but they're really being warned over there. We aren't being warned at all. It says Great Britain is on the fast track towards total destruction. And natural news again, food supply at risk. Quality of corn, soybean crops in South Dakota and Ohio deteriorating due to worsening drought. And the drought conditions making South Dakota's harvest the worst in a decade. And Ohio crops faring slightly better but still far below normal. So we've got all these crop problems here. We're going to have food problems in the near future. I really believe that. So if you can start stocking up even more than you're stocking up now, that probably would be a good idea. This is Yahoo News. Dry pastures force Texas ranchers to slaughter even more cows. So as you know, they've been slaughtering cows and slaughtering the breed herd also. Well, now they're slaughtering even more because of the drought and because of the lack of grass to feed them. And this is another one that, they're going to pull everything over on us as they can. Gizmodo.com. Google changed emission calculations in Google Flights, making air travel look cleaner. So what they did, because everybody's so worried about climate change and greenhouse gases, they quietly shifted the algorithm to exclude a crucial component of overall greenhouse gas impact of air travel, meaning that emissions data on flights it lists now are much lower than they were before. So they just lie anytime they want to, but it just shows you how they're trying to deceive us. And if you didn't think they were trying to deceive us before, looking at things like this, you can just see that they are. And this is from SHTFPlan.com. Layoffs tsunami has begun. 50% of the U.S. companies plan to eliminate jobs within the next 12 months. So we have all of these jobs that people are going to lose. You've got, I remember Ford, I guess it says Ford here. I just heard that on the news, Wayfair, and all these other ones, Groupon, Peloton, are all planning to lay off people. And we already have inflation. You're going to have the high price of gas, the high price of heating oil, high price of electricity, the food prices going up, and then you're not even going to have a job. So take that into account right now so that maybe you can at least have food because you've prepped. And then one last one here. This is from the New York Times. And again, it's just an opinion piece, a guest essay, but these guest essays show you what these people are thinking and what eventually becomes mainstream. The Constitution is broken and should not be reclaimed. So do away with the Constitution. We don't need it. Don't reclaim it. Don't fix it. Go with something else. So that's the headlines, things that are making headlines today. And take them into account in your preparations. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you have any ideas on what you should be doing, what we all should be doing, how things are going, and then subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And thank you so much for watching.